Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today's a good one. Hopefully it's going to be a good one. Hold on, I think it's a little dirty here. Let's fix that up. I've had a D-Series PLM header for a really long time. I've been trying to flip that so that I can get rid of it to fund the EF stuff. So that finally sold. I tried eBay. It sold in like a couple days. That's awesome. So I got to run to my garage and I have to pick that up. I have to pick up a couple other things, and then I got to get to the shop, and then hopefully I can get a lot more things situated for getting the EF back together. And I have some cool stuff for the EF that I want to show you guys because I'm trying to revamp as much as possible. But like I said, we got to get to the garage first. Alright guys, so now we're back from the garage, and like I said, I had a bunch of stuff I wanted to do here, but I want to try to knock this out really quick because one of the main things I said earlier is that the reason I didn't like driving this so much is because the seats are bad. They're just bad, and DJ hooked me up. You guys saw that in my last video where I put the planted rail. So today we're going to actually put the seat in the hatch. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it using the planted rail, the PLM side mounts, and all of that. But if we can just take a look real quick at this is the current situation. Sorry, the lighting isn't that great here, but yeah, so car's been sitting. Definitely need to fix this whole situation up. It's not great. But you guys, if you guys don't know, I'm going to take this seat out right here. Two bolts. We'll yank this guy out. I will put the planted rail in that you can see in there, and then I'll show you how that fits, why I'm using the planted rail, and then we'll move on from there. Alright guys, as you guys can see, super dirty, I know, but we'll fix that later. But you can tell now that the actual rail is ready to be put into the car. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the seat, put it over to the side, and basically walk us through this here, because I'm walking myself through this. So here we go. As this is when we jump for joy. So I just put the rail in here, and everything lines up perfectly. This is why I'm happy I went with planted, because there's just excellent quality here. So like I said, if you're watching this on how to do this, I'm going to go ahead and explain why I went with planted. When you order a planted rail, they are made specifically for your car. Now I have an 89, so 88 to 89 is different than 90, 91. I'm not sure if that is the same for CRX and the hatchback, but I'm pretty sure the floor pans are different between 88 and 89 and 90 and 91, at least for this hatch and also the CRX. So this side is actually taller because I think you guys can tell it kind of sits on this little ledge right here. It's popped up, and this one needs an arm to be able to come all the way in and get stuck here, and then obviously the front ones. But when you order a PLM rail, the top is always going to be the same. So this top right here, the top portion with all the slats will always be the same. The only difference with planted are the actual foot pegs that come for your chassis, and they're made specifically. Now I have wedge in the Del Sol, but I bought them a really long time ago. I got them with my seats a really long time ago. Most recently, someone actually got wedge rails that were kind of a little off, so it's possible that the jig has just gotten, you know, messed up over time, or bad set, who knows. But I wanted to go with planted because I can get my hands on a planted, and I thought it would be a good purchase to just go ahead and buy this. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this bolted in loosely while I can get to it, and then we're gonna throw the seat in and try to get it aligned and see how many bolts we can get. If I have to drill a new hole, I have to drill a new hole. Alright, so once you have this in place here, I'm going to go ahead and just make sure everything is clean. Save that guy. And then I have all the bolts, well, I left them around here. So I'm going to slowly start getting them threaded in, so that way everything goes in. So you want to start out with all four corners. I'm going to start with this one first, and then I'm just going to do opposites. So I'm going to scroll in here as best as possible, try to get all the rails in, just kind of started, just to make sure that there isn't any weirdness. All right. same bolt. I messed that up. There you go. That feels like it's threading in a lot better now. We'll get that kind of in as far as we can. And then I'll crisscross. This one's gonna be, oh, goes in perfectly. All right, awesome. Okay, so all the bolts are in, that's good. But since everything went so smoothly, I think what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna go ahead and tighten each of the 4 corners. I'm just gonna hit it with the impact, give it at least one little ugga, and then that should be good. I don't wanna make them too tight, but I do wanna make them super snug. And then this is gonna go, it's fixed, so it doesn't really matter. It's just gonna stay where it is. Now this is the Buddy Club P1 seat that I'm using right here. So definitely trying to, I should take out the hardware that's in it and set it in the car. Boom. A little wobbly, but we'll get this thing sorted out real quick. Now I have the side mounts. Dang, looks really good, right? All right, so I have these side bolts really tight, hand tight, because I may want to move them depending on the position, but I really want to make sure that I figure out how to make the front as perfect as I can. So that's what we're going to do right now. I'm going to find where it sits in the front, drop some screws in so that I can see how far up or how far back I'm actually going to need this. I'm going to be the only one driving it, so I don't really care about passengers or sliders. I could have gone with the PLM sliders, but I decided not to because I'd rather just have it fixed. It's just going to be me driving right now. So first things first, gonna figure out where I like sitting in the front, from front to back. And then once I do that, I can see where I line up with the holes. Yeah, okay, so I'm currently on the second rung up. I might need to go up one more. I mean, I like where it's at, but I feel like the clutch to the floor, that's full extension. I mean, this is nice, I'm not gonna lie. I just feel like I can see this. I can't really see out, but if I were to sit any closer, yeah, this might be where I need to keep it. I might just start here, and then worst case, I can move it around, but I think I'd be good right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and use these two ones in the front on the second row up. That's where I like the foot position the best, but I can't find a place where I can put a bolt back here. So I put the seat bracket on and I made some scratches here, and I made a scratch over here. There's a weld here that goes all the way to about here, and I'm missing this, so that's the closest hole I can get. So I'm just gonna put a bolt there and put a bolt here, post it down, but I'm gonna have to drill a pilot hole and then just get bigger and bigger, and that way I can get it kind of dead center. And what I realized that as long as if I have a bolt in here, as long as I'm in towards the center of the car, all the way I'm in the center. So at that point, as long as I have a bolt hole there and I'm all the way over, theoretically I should be good as far as bolts. So I'm gonna go ahead and drill a pilot hole, and then I got a bigger bolt, and then we'll have to go from there. It's gonna be somewhat exact here. Alright, so hopefully this goes fairly easily. We'll find out. bit here. Let's gonna go ahead and start with this side. Oh man, this is gonna be crazy. Alright guys, as you can see, I drilled the holes in the back that needed to be drilled, and then I got the 2 front ones exactly where I needed them. So, alright, let's go ahead and get them in the car. There you go, there's the finished product. We've got the Buddy Club P1 seat installed with the planted rail. I got everything buttoned up here. I gotta clean up the metal shavings here on the floor, but drilled a couple holes, got everything in. It's fairly aligned, I'm not gonna lie. It's fairly aligned. It probably needs some adjustment. I think I am a little to the left, but I'm not tilted, like the back isn't tilted left or right, although the holes that I drilled in the back are static. These kind of slide, but as long as I can get it all the way to the right, that was center, but that's something I can deal with in the back or later. I just wanted to make sure that I was able to get this fully installed. But there you go, guys. That is installing basically a fixed seats in an 88 to 89 hatchback. Like I said earlier, 90 to 91 is a little different. I'm gonna go ahead later and actually pull out the passenger seat, probably throw that out, keep the rails for that one and the driver's seat, just not run a passenger for a while. But cool, guys. Thanks for watching. Probably a short video, but I just wanted to give a good instructional video of how to actually do this if you want to do it yourself. This isn't actually getting 2 pieces of flat stock and making your own rails using the stock sliders, but I just went ahead and got side mounts and the planted rail. So thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Peace.